Hey there everyone, I am Rabbit, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Legend of Legaia, our 100% item guide and walkthrough. In our previous episode, we began our descent through Juggernaut's insides because we are wanting to free the inhabitants of Rim Elm from being possessed, similarly to what we saw happen with Conquerum. So let us just dive right in. Nothing really extraordinary took place other than us sort of removing that weird barrier that Songi had put into place, but outside of that, we've just been making our way through. So I'm anticipating, like I began discussing with you guys in our last episode, that we shouldn't need too much time to make our way through here to pick up a couple of trinkets and treasures. I know a few of you are very eagerly awaiting some of the extra bonus content that I've put off until the very end. But please don't worry, it is imminent. We've got a couple of things to pick up. The spoiler kind of arose, if you even want to label it as such, when I showed you guys that there is very nice armor here. I would say it's the best armor in the game. I don't even think anyone would really argue with that. It's kind of just sort of the final armor that your party members should be wearing when you take on the final boss. So, as such, I think that having these various types of armor and equipment will set you up for greater success when you are tackling the optional boss. So I've had quite a few messages about him since I started this Let's Play or this walkthrough of this specific game, where you guys have just been asking, Rabbit, are you planning on tackling that bonus boss again? Because the first time I played this, I did, but I actually have a secret easy mode method, and I just showcased that one. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, just to get you guys kind of excited, I'm thinking I'm going to do both the easy mode way and the legit way. So, you know, more on that later. And hey, we stole a healing fruit, so that's always nice. And I think we can just go ahead and run our way through without spirits in tow. I think that'll be fine. But yeah, that's kind of the plan, so hopefully you guys are very eagerly anticipating that. So we do have at least one more episode of a bit of dungeon crawling, and oh my gosh, 2 healing fruits? Hopefully Lady Luck will be on our side when we encounter Pueras. I shared with you guys in the last episode that a really nice way of leveling up, if you want to acquire Juggernaut the legit way, you know, get everyone to level 99, is to come here and kind of, you know, run around and grind up those levels. And what makes it even better is if you have some Crimson books equipped, and although you will pick up one from a treasure chest just naturally, the other best way, or honestly I should say the only other way you can acquire more of those, is by stealing them from the Pueras here inside of Juggernaut. So, oh my god, we're 3 for 3. We got 3 healing fruits. Let's hope that carries over when we finally do find ourselves facing those Pueras, because getting those Crimson books is extraordinary. Well, really only if you are going to be grinding up those levels. Otherwise, you know, the levels that you'll naturally gain while you're making your way through here should be sufficient for the final confrontation. But anyway, if we run over here to the left-hand side and open this chest, we will find ourselves with a ra-seru robe, as we did when we acquired the other piece of equipment, the ra-seru armor. We will just automatically equip this. You can see here as a spoiler from the best equipment tab that this is for Noah. So let's go ahead and put that bad boy on her after we take a gander at the changes it brings to her stats. So there's upper defense, lower defense. So again, hopefully that kind of re-emphasizes what I was saying, why I think it's worth it to just run down this way before you tackle the final bonus things that are available to us. So let's just keep heading on this way. Hopefully we'll continue to steal things from more Seru. And we've got level 3 swordies. Did I really say swordies? Swordies. But check out Noah's kicks. Doesn't she look awesome? This has always been my favorite robe, or I don't really want to call it a suit. I guess it's a pantsuit though, right? It's like a onesie, but it doesn't really have sleeves or a top part. Anyway, I've always completely dug Noah's outfit and wish that I could find a version of that in real life, because I would totally rock everything that Noah's worn throughout this journey and throughout this walkthrough. So if you guys see anything online, any sweet Noah kicks, whether custom made or, I don't know, mass produced, send a link my way. Because I am all about cosplaying as Noah. You guys already know she is probably my top dog when it comes to female video game characters. I'm quite in love with her. Fuck him up, Noah. Oh, I thought for sure she'd have enough to take him out. I don't honestly know what HP the various Seru here are sporting. They're not too tough, I don't think, but I guess I should take that back. I will honestly say that the Pueras can potentially kill your entire party. You guys are already well aware that they can do that stupid card game, and as the levels scale, so too does the difficulty of the... Hang on, let me go ahead and switch. Do I want to do C? Let's do B. So everyone's attacking a different one. I think that's a good way of going about this. But yeah, so you know the difficulty of the card game sort of scales with the levels. Oh my god, we got another healing fruit. That's crazy. But it scales with the level of the Serus themselves. So the freaking level 3 Pueras are your worst nightmare, and they will make you have a bad time. But we've still got a little bit before we get to them. No need to worry about it too much yet. Not yet. Okay, I'm just gonna run our ways through this. I can't believe how many healing fruits we've picked up, so I'm not going to try to synthetically position or artificially position our teammates to acquire this. Or at least put us in the position to potentially acquire it, since it is still based on RNG. But come on, what the fuck? You guys are dropping the ball. Gala's feeling it. We'll go ahead and heal up after this fight. I've been drolling on about random things. I think I'm just so excited, yet still so sad, and I don't know, dreading that we're approaching the end, but at the same time, I can't wait to finish up this journey because it's been so remarkable and so much fun. But I don't know, I'm definitely feeling just a little torn. This is one of my favorite games, and it's always a weird feeling when you're in the final recording session or bout of recordings, just because you're like, oh, is there a way I can extend it just a little bit longer? I'm having so much fun. But, you know, that's kind of how it goes. You start a Let's Play and you know that eventually it too must come to an end so that we can pick up a new game together. So I'll try to save my tears until we are at the end. Woohoo! So we got yet another healing fruit, which you guys know I'm not going to complain about picking up free stuff. And we see there's another treasure chest over here. It looks to me like we are not leaving these fights without acquiring at least one healing fruit. But let's take a quick look at what we found inside this chest, which is yet another piece of ra-seru armor. I am not sure why these are scattered throughout the insides of Juggernaut. I guess he got hungry and decided that armor would be a tasty snack, but, you know, I can't really complain about it because it is sprucing up our team a little bit. So let's see who this could possibly be for. Looks like it went in order, and this is for Gala. So let's take a gander at the stat changes there. Oh, and I forgot to highlight, what was it, 3 fights ago, that Vaughn and Gala went up a level, so that's pretty cool. Everyone is now at level 39. Noah should be, yeah, she is not too far away from hitting level 40. Hopefully she'll hit that before we are done here, but you never know. So let's head on into this new area, which, I don't know, I still find this place kind of creepy, personally. But maybe you guys are big fans, and oh my gosh, I hate dealing with these things. Shall we go out in style? I'm thinking yes. Why don't we, just for funsies, summon our ra-seru, right? I feel like, you know, I'll show you guys some of these Serus or these summons one time, and then I never really utilize them again, just because I found that most of the time it's faster to use those auto attacks or to, you know, just sort of structure the combos of the arts that you want to go ahead and utilize, with the exception of Kamaro. You guys saw with my Koru strategy that I think spamming Kamaros is an absolutely fantastic way of getting through that fight and ensuring that you will be victorious and not have to do that all over again. But outside of Kamaro and that spam in specific situations and specific boss fights, I don't know. I just really never use my offensive magic. It's more of a personal choice, though. I can see why some people might want to do it, but that made that go by fast, and we got a level for Terra. Not that I'm in a rush or anything, but with that out of the way, let's continue in this new creepy section. Well, there goes all of Noah's mana, though. But we honestly aren't going to need the mana outside of healing up. And we're getting so many healing fruits that it shouldn't even be a big deal whatsoever. But at least we're seeing some new faces and some new level 3s. The Gola aren't too new. I think we've spotted a level 3 one of them before. But we'll alternate. We just used a ra-seru spell. Let's see if we can be lucky and steal something off these guys. So I guess just to sort of chit-chat with you guys while we're making our way through, you know, the repetitive fights here. As for what we will be doing once we are done with Legend of Legaia, I know I've already mentioned this. Oh, I can't recall if I've mentioned it in this Let's Play. I can't imagine why I wouldn't, since we have been teetering on completing it for the last, month or two. But just to put it out there, when we are done with Legend of Legaia, which I will guess that this is going to take maybe 2 hours for us to get everything here in the Bio Castle, and then to tackle the last 2 side things, and then the final boss. I'm guessing about 2 hours of actual gameplay time remains, maybe 3 hours max. There's really not that much left for us to do. But you never know with the dungeon crawling how long it's going to take with the interruptions. But let's just say 2 to 3 hours of actual gameplay time remains for the purpose of this Let's Play and of this walkthrough. So once we're done with this, I believe that I've mentioned that I am planning on finally circling back and doing the post-game / bonus content of Jade Cocoon 2. I had originally planned on doing that, oh gosh, I think when we had first ended it, I told you guys I was going to take a 2 to 3, possibly, hey, we got a magic fruit, holler, a 2 to possibly 3 or 4 month break just to give myself some time off from Jade Cocoon 2 and focus on wrapping up some other projects. And then it just ended up turning into me wanting to finish Legend of Legaia, and then, I don't know. I just had a couple other things that came up and things that I wanted to focus on instead. So Jade Cocoon 2 was pushed back far longer than I was anticipating. It's almost been a year. I think it was August, maybe July when we had finished it up. So it's about time that we circled back to that. I know quite a few people surprisingly really love that playthrough. It's my second most popular after my 100% and detailed walkthrough for Star Ocean: The Second Story. So, I gotta be mindful of the fact that you guys really like Jade Cocoon 2. So I haven't forgotten about it. It's not anything that I was ignoring you guys about. I just wanted to focus on finishing up some other projects. So just wanted to reiterate that as soon as we're done with this, maybe I'll take 2 weeks to focus on pumping out more Grandia 2. But then we'll circle back to Jade Cocoon 2, wrap that up, and I already know what new Let's Play we'll be tackling for the channel. I've got the thumbnails made. Maybe I'll drop some hints later on. We'll have to find out and see. But first, let's read what is before us. So we're looking at some weird blood stream or blood river. And the prompt says, do you wish to dive into the rapids before you? Yeah, let's just go ahead. I mean, there's nowhere else for us to really go. So I want to give you guys a quick pro tip that you want to go ahead and be holding or spamming your up button so that you will hop up here as soon as you hit this weird protruding, I don't even know what it is, this weird little knobbly thing that's wiggling and jiggling. Because we want to open this chest and acquire an infamous Crimson Book. I talked about it in our last episode. I know I spent at least a minute talking about it in this episode, but let's actually read the info on the Crimson Book together for those of you who might have already forgotten what the hell is this thing. I saw Crimson and I had to click. Where is it? Oh, Crimson Book. Where is this thing? Guys, am I blind? Did I already pass it? Oh, there it is right here. So it is an accessory and it grants you XP boost. So it allows you to gain more experience after battle. So I will go ahead and just showcase this for you. Let's put it on Vaughn in lieu of the evil god icon. And this is completely optional. Like I said, since I'm not planning on grinding everyone up to level 99 because I used the fun exploit and have the evil medallion just through sketchier means. But, you know, because of that, there's no need for me to really grind up to level 99. We're technically fine and on track to beat the final boss without too much difficulty or trouble. But I just still want to show you guys how it kind of scales everything. So Vaughn should be sitting pretty with this. But let's go ahead and just run up this way. Ooh, just so you guys can see some new sections here and maybe some new fights. And yes, we've got Aluru. I think, have we seen the level 3 form of Aluru yet? Maybe, maybe not. Well, you guys know the drill. Let's start out with some spirits. We'll take these guys out and we will go ahead and call this an episode. So I guess thanks to all of these fights, it is going to take us a little bit longer than I guesstimated to get through here, but never fear. Maybe in our next episode, I'll have some fun stories to share with you. Oh, but speaking of stories, so yeah, like I was starting to say, before I got sidetracked by the river and by the Crimson Book itself being within the chest we spotted, I never forgot about my promise to continue the events of Jade Cocoon 2 into the bonus content or into the post-game section. I just sort of really needed a break from that game because there wasn't too much plot that really made everything compelling for me. I don't know. It was becoming a struggle, let me tell you guys the truth, to get through that game. And it wasn't that I didn't enjoy myself for the majority of it, but because the story was just so empty feeling after a certain point, I think I just needed time to focus on more story-based content, hence me focusing on wrapping up Legend of Legaia and kind of kick-starting and focusing on grinding out more of Grandia 2. I don't know why I spaced. I almost want to say the Legend of Dragoon, but y'all sure know that Andrew and I have been taking our sweet time with the Legend of Dragoon, although we recently did a recording session for that, so you guys should be happy about that. Now that summer is here and Andrew's schedule is going to ease up a little bit with all of his like research and stuff, I'm hoping that we can finally finish that fucking game. It's always been a lower tier when it came to priority playthroughs, but I don't want to leave you guys completely hanging. So that was never canceled. I have people constantly asking if that is canceled, and my answer is always the same. Like, no, if I'm going to cancel a game, I will let you guys know well in advance about that. Like, it's never been canceled. It's just always been a lower priority playthrough and a lower priority Let's Play because it's a collaboration with my very busy husband. And I'm also very busy, so due to our schedules, it's just not feasible to record it in as great a frequency as I can, like Grandia 2 or Legend of Legaia. So Jade Cocoon 2 will be resuming once we're done with this, and I know what we'll be cranking out when Jade Cocoon 2's post-game content is finished. So I hope you guys are excited about that. I know I certainly am. But let's go ahead and heal up our party members. Poor Noah's already in the red here with her mana, but that's okay because Vaughn and Gala are both good to go. So when we come back together in our next episode, we'll continue weaving our way through Juggernaut and the Biocastle. Hopefully we can wrap up this place in another episode because I really don't want to have like 4 videos of us exploring Juggernaut, but it might just be what it has to be. So we'll just see how quickly we can get through this, but either way, thank you very much for watching. I am your host, Rabbit, and this is my 100% item guide and walkthrough for Legend of Legaia. I'll see you all very, very soon.